Xeriscaping. This landscaping approach relies on drought-tolerant plants, efficient soil design, and minimal turf area to create a yard that survives on little to no supplemental watering once established. The term itself emerged in Colorado during the early 1980s, born out of a serious drought that forced water utilities to rethink how much of a city's water supply was going straight into lawn sprinklers. Instead of fighting a region's natural climate, xeriscaping works with it, choosing plants that would thrive there anyway, rather than forcing thirsty grass to survive in conditions it was never suited for. What separates this from simply not watering is the intentional design behind it, grouping plants by water needs, improving soil so it retains moisture longer, and using mulch to reduce evaporation. Homeowners who switch to xeriscaping often see their water bills drop noticeably within the first year, and the maintenance drops right along with it, since there's simply less growth to mow, trim, and fuss over every week. Native plant beds. Filling garden beds with species that evolved naturally in a specific region removes most of the guesswork and effort that comes with growing plants that were never meant to live there. Native plants have already spent thousands of years adapting to local rainfall patterns, soil composition, and temperature swings, so they rarely need fertilizer, pest control, or constant watering to stay healthy. This is different from simply picking attractive plants at a nursery, since many popular ornamental species actually come from entirely different climates and require far more upkeep to survive outside their natural habitat. A native plant bed also tends to attract local pollinators and birds, creating a small ecosystem that basically maintains itself once it's established. For anyone tired of babying fussy imported flowers, switching to native species often feels like the yard finally stops fighting back. Artificial turf. Modern synthetic grass has come a long way from the stiff, plastic-looking astroturf once associated only with sports stadiums, now offering a soft, realistic appearance that holds up through years of foot traffic, pets, and weather without a single mow. It eliminates watering, fertilizing, and mowing entirely, which appeals enormously to homeowners living in drought-prone regions or anyone simply exhausted by weekly lawn care. Unlike a natural lawn, artificial turf doesn't develop bare patches, weeds, or muddy ruts, and it stays green year-round regardless of season or rainfall. The upfront installation cost is higher than seeding a traditional lawn, but many homeowners find the long-term savings in water bills and lawn equipment make up the difference within several years. It's not the right choice for every yard, particularly in very hot climates where surface temperatures can rise significantly, but for the right property, it removes an entire category of weekend chores. Gravel and rock gardening. Replacing sections of lawn with decorative gravel, river rock, or larger stone features creates a landscape that requires almost no ongoing care beyond an occasional rinse or leaf removal. This style draws heavily from Japanese rock gardens and desert landscaping traditions, both of which developed specifically in places where water was scarce and low-maintenance design wasn't optional, it was necessary. Unlike mulch, gravel doesn't break down or need yearly replenishment, and it doesn't provide the kind of environment weeds thrive in as easily, especially when installed properly over a weed barrier. Homeowners often mix rock gardens with a handful of drought-tolerant plants or succulents, creating visual interest without adding much upkeep. It's a particularly popular option in areas where water restrictions make traditional grass impractical, turning what could be a source of constant frustration into a permanent, low-effort feature. Mulched planting beds. Spreading a thick layer of organic or inorganic mulch across garden beds does more than just look tidy. It actively suppresses weed growth, retains soil moisture, and regulates temperature around plant roots. Gardeners have used mulch in some form for centuries, though modern versions range from wood chips and bark to rubber mulch made from recycled tires, each offering different trade-offs in cost and longevity. A properly mulched bed needs far less watering than bare soil, since moisture evaporates much more slowly once it's covered, and weeds struggle to get the sunlight they need to sprout through a thick enough layer. This matters enormously for anyone who's spent an entire Saturday pulling weeds by hand, only to watch new ones appear within a week. Refreshing mulch once or twice a year is typically all it takes to keep beds looking maintained, a fraction of the effort required by exposed soil. Ground cover plants instead of grass. Low, spreading plants like creeping thyme, sedum, or clover can replace traditional turf grass entirely, filling in a yard with a living carpet that rarely needs mowing. Unlike grass, which is essentially engineered to be cut weekly to look its best, most ground cover species are bred or naturally suited to stay low and dense without any trimming at all. Some varieties, like creeping thyme, even release a pleasant scent when walked on, turning a path through the yard into a small sensory experience rather than just a chore avoided. These plants also tend to handle foot traffic reasonably well, filling gaps and cracks in a way grass often struggles to recover from. For homeowners drawn to the idea of a green yard without the endless mowing cycle, ground cover offers nearly all the visual benefit of grass with a fraction of the maintenance demand. Raised garden beds. Building contained, Elevated beds for plants and vegetables might sound like more work up front, but it dramatically reduces the ongoing maintenance burden compared to traditional in-ground gardening. Raised beds allow for better soil control from the very beginning, meaning fewer weeds sprout in from surrounding yard soil, and the contained borders make edging and trimming almost unnecessary. This gardening method has roots in centuries-old agricultural practices across various cultures, long before anyone worried about weekend yard maintenance, since raised beds naturally drain better and warm up faster in spring. The elevated height also means less bending and kneeling, which matters for anyone dealing with knee or back issues who still wants a garden without physical strain. Once established, a well-planned raised bed essentially manages itself between waterings, especially when paired with mulch or drip irrigation. Drip irrigation systems. Rather than relying on sprinklers that soak an entire yard, including sidewalks and driveways, drip irrigation delivers water directly to plant roots through a network of tubing and small emitters. This method traces back to agricultural innovations in Israel during the 1960s, developed specifically to conserve water in an arid region where every drop mattered. Applied to home landscaping, drip systems drastically cut down on water waste from evaporation and runoff, while also reducing the fungal and mold issues that come from wetting plant leaves directly. Once installed, most systems can run on an automatic timer, meaning watering happens consistently without anyone needing to remember or physically drag a hose around the yard. For anyone maintaining a mix of garden beds, shrubs, and potted plants, this single system often eliminates one of the most repetitive tasks in yard care entirely. Ornamental grasses. Tall, textured grasses like feather reed grass, fountain grass, or mullygrass offer movement and visual interest without the mowing, fertilizing, or constant watering that traditional lawns demand. These plants have become increasingly popular in landscape design over the past few decades, partly because they thrive in poor soil conditions where other plants struggle, and partly because they require essentially one trim per year rather than weekly attention. Unlike a lawn, which needs consistent moisture to stay green, most ornamental grasses tolerate drought exceptionally well once their root systems establish, some even preferring drier conditions altogether. They also tend to look appealing across multiple seasons, shifting color and texture from summer through fall, rather than requiring replanting. For homeowners who want their yard to feel alive and dynamic without a weekly maintenance routine, ornamental grasses offer a kind of low-effort drama that flowering plants often can't match without significant upkeep. Hardscaping with patios and pathways. Replacing sections of grass with stone patios, paver pathways, or gravel walkways removes entire portions of the yard from the maintenance equation altogether, since there's simply no plant material left to mow, water, or weed. This approach has roots in traditional garden design going back centuries, where structured walkways and stone terraces were used just as much for practicality as for style. A well-planned hardscape also solves drainage issues that often plague soggy lawns, directing water away from the house rather than letting it pool in low spots. Beyond the reduced upkeep, hardscaped areas tend to hold up remarkably well over time, resisting the wear patterns that grass develops from repeated foot traffic in the same spots. For anyone looking to reclaim weekends currently spent mowing and edging, converting even a portion of the yard to hardscaping often makes the biggest visible difference of any change on this list.